So no more running. I aim to misbehave.
This landing is gonna get pretty interesting.
Define interesting.
Oh God, we're all gonna die?
She has a name. So does this. I call it Vera.
At last, we can retire and give up this life of crime.
Well said. Wasn't that well said, Zoe?
Had a kind of poetry to it, sir.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Brown Coat Reviews. I'm your host Laura. So today we're going to talk about the Kracken'S Hoard. Now the Kracken'S Hoard has a website at krackenshoard.com. They have a live show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and then they also offer subscription boxes. Now their subscription boxes are not only 15% off, and that's if you subscribe to one title or 20 titles in a month. They are also going to ship those titles to your home. If you have a subscription box with them and you purchase something on the live show, they'll combine the shipping together and get it out to you as quickly as possible. So if you don't have a local comic book shop available or within a decent driving distance, you can always get those up-to-date titles without having to pay a ridiculous surcharge. Kracken'S Hoard will definitely help you with that. So today's video, I'm going to show you one of the most exciting things. I got a key issue. Now, this isn't just a key issue, this is the key issue. I haven't collected any key issues because normally I look at them, I drool at them, I appreciate them, and then I can never purchase them. It's very, very sad. But I not only purchased this one, I got a slabbed one. And oh my gosh, it's not just slabbed, it's signed! People! It's so cool! So you get to see my very first CGC Slab that I've ever bought. First signed comic book, not by J. Scott Campbell for once, signed by someone else, and my first key issue. So stay tuned, it's coming, you will see it, you're gonna love it. So whenever I do these behind the scenes videos, yes, I do want to give the company a chance to, present their side of the story and give you an insight into the company. But I always approach it a little bit differently. So I actually will approach them always as a customer first, because I don't want them to know that I'm posting this great review online. I want them to treat me just like they would any person off the street. So that way I can also tell you what you can genuinely expect from these companies. So I did the same thing with the Kracken'S Hoard. I contacted them to ask about a couple miscellaneous titles that I couldn't find locally. I reached out to one of the owners, Nick, and I asked him for Deadpool's Art of War. I was looking for issues 1 and 4. I had issues 2 and 3 at home. These are not high value items. They are just something that I want. Nick not only responded to me very quickly, but the Kracken'S Hoard was able to find that comic book on site, and they were willing to ship it to me within a couple days. Now, he is still looking for issue number 4 for me, but I know that he's going to find it for me. And he does give me regular updates that he's still looking for it, and he will certainly find that title for me. And as soon as he does, he's going to reach out. Now, the second item that they helped me find, I actually didn't plan on reaching out to them about. I had a specific title that I was already searching for on eBay. I'd started reaching out to local comic book shops, but I wasn't quite sure I was ready to purchase. I wanted the first prints, I wanted a set, wasn't ready to pull the trigger yet. Well, in the middle of my research, this specific title was optioned for film. And amazingly, overnight, all the prices quadrupled. And it was completely out of my price range. I reached out to 4 different local shops. None of them had anything. I was ready to give up, and just on a whim, I was like, hey, I'm interviewing the Kracken'S Hoard. Let's see what happens. I sent a message and I said, do you have this title? And guess what happened? Thanks to Nick and Palmer at the Kracken'S Hoard, I now am a proud owner of First Prints issue 1, 2, and 3 of the Department of Truth. It was available on their website at Kracken'sHoard.com. And unlike eBay, where the prices went sky high pretty quickly, they were still at a very reasonable price. So I was able to get all 3 of these for $25, where I challenge you to find issue 1 cover A first printing for $25. It can't be done anymore. So that was an amazing find. Now, the live shows that they offer for the Kracken'S Hoard are every Wednesday at 8 p.m. They will have a variety of different titles. So they will jump from DC Batman to Spider-Man, you'll have Spawn, you'll have Star Wars, you'll have a little bit of everything. They will also have some auction items. Sometimes they'll have slabs. They'll have a lot of key issues. When I say key issues, oh my goodness. So we're talking about first appearance of Miles Morales. We're talking first appearance of Winter Soldier. First appearance of my key issue. First appearance of Scarecrow. First appearance of Carnage, which I really want. First appearance of Venom. And that's just the first appearances that I personally saw. And I've only been tuning in for a couple of weeks. Oh my goodness, there are a lot of key issues on this show. So they will have those, of course, kind of showcased because they're gorgeous. The other thing that I will say about the show, now, all of us have experienced at least once, there is an excitement and a craze to be, whether you're purchasing something at eBay and you're watching that little ticker time down, or if you're on a live show and at some point the cover that you're looking for is coming up and you've got everything like pre-typed and you're ready to press enter and you hope to God that you're going to beat everyone else and your comment's going to be first. But you've also been on the other end of it where your internet connection is horrifically slow, or you're not paying attention and suddenly the key issue that you've been looking for months, if not years, is the one thing that shows up on the show. And before you can even start typing any sort of response, you've had 5 different comments and it's gone. So disheartening. Now, the other one that I am sadly very guilty of is you'll have one of 2 things happen. Is 1, you're going to see a title and you look at it and you think, do I have this already? And by the time you've checked, you've realized that you don't have it, you go to bid on it or at least claim it and it's gone. Or you have the reverse, you look at the title, you're like, I don't think I have it. You put in the offer, you get the title, you check your list, and you go, oh my gosh, I have this upstairs. And by the way, I have 3 copies because every single time I see it, I grab it. Oops. One of the titles that I've always struggled to get because the character has become so immensely popular after the movies is Harley Quinn. As soon as Harley Quinn shows up, typically you have 5 or 6 people that instantly grab it, and always they have amazing internet connections. Now, I was on the live show for the Kracken'S Hoard, and they had this Harley Quinn title. This is Harley Quinn Little Black Book, which is featuring Zatanna or Zatanna, potato patata, depends on how you want to pronounce it. But they had this available, and I was actually able to grab it before the mass hoard got to it before me. So that was a nice little find. Now, the excitement. I'll just keep showing you this side because it's still very exciting. One of the other many things that they will do, I told you that they have their slabs, they have kind of their key issue or some of the featured titles that they'll have for that night. Well, on this particular night, they decided to do an auction. And they started the auction at a ridiculously low price point. And it was going on throughout the night. I didn't think much of it. I really wanted it, but I figured it would be like every other show where the auction just kind of goes a little bit nuts. And of course, it's well beyond what I was willing to pay. So we get to about 5 minutes before the auction's over, and I put in a bid $1 over the starting bid. And I got it. So this particular issue, my beautiful little CGC, are you ready to see it? Oh yeah. Uncanny X-Men 266, the first appearance of Gambit. I don't know about you, but Gambit is one of my absolute favorite characters. Long before I ever knew anything about Deadpool, there was always Gambit. oh, he was like a central part of my childhood. Rogue was my absolute favorite character, and Gambit, of course, was the love interest, but he was also the character that Rogue and Gambit, they would just have this amazing banter back and forth, and I loved that. My husband and I have a similar banter, and it's one of the things that I absolutely love about him. So, when I saw this title, I'm like, it has to come home. But of course, I've talked to you about the signature on this. It's not just any signature. It's Chris Claremont. Now, this is, of course, a 9.0. It's still in amazing condition. And like I said, I mean, I was getting this, assuming I was going to get outbid in about a heartbeat and a half. And I didn't. So now I have my very first key issue, first slab, first signature done by Chris Claremont. Oh my gosh. I'll just hold it at night. It's okay. Thank you, Kracken'S Hoard. So one of the big things that I have to mention, but sadly this is a double-edged sword, because if I tell you the price that I paid for the CGC slab, all of you are going to go rushing to the Kracken'S Hoard live show, and suddenly all those beautiful key issues are going to start disappearing. So even though my self-interest says that I would like for no one else to know that these exist and they must all be mine, I have to tell you, because if I'm going to get an amazing deal, then so should you. So, you ready to find out what my $1 over bid was? This issue, slabbed and beautiful, for $176. Go up on eBay, take a look for 9.0 slabbed. You won't find them for $176. And you will not find the signed copies for $176. I went to a comic book shop 2 days after I'd made this purchase, and I saw a raw copy on the wall for $170. Obviously for $6 difference, I'll take this one, but it's just a little bit of context for you. My experience with the Kracken'S Hoard has been extraordinary. I will say for the customer service side of things, they do an excellent job of getting back to you. If you're looking for a particular title and they don't have it, they are going to keep looking for it. They're going to communicate with you regularly and let you know kind of where they are in the process. I really appreciated that. They are really good on their turnaround time for shipping. So whether you have a subscription box or if you purchase something on the live show, they're going to get that to you as quickly as possible. Their website is krackenshoard.com. They do have a lot of titles listed on there. Typically what they'll do is they'll take something that has not been sold on the live show and then it will show up on the website. So if you want first crack at it, go to the live show Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. I did find that the live show was very helpful. The people that were talking in that environment were very friendly. It was a good community to be in. And of course, it's really fun to see some of these amazing key issues. So next time we're going to talk to Nick from the Kracken'S Hoard and get his sort of insider perspective and give you a chance to learn a little bit more about the company. But for now, I'm signing off, of course, as the host of Brown Coat Reviews, holding on to my beautiful key issue. So I hope you all have a wonderful night and I will see you all very soon. I hate to report this though, but I'm afraid our greyhounds were not as excited about the CGC slab as I was.